Message to Kings, Nehemiah audio drama, Part 1.
Nehemiah, my brother, the people of Judah are in great distress.
Haniah, I trust no one greater than you. How can this be? We drove out our enemies only a generation ago. Has something changed?
Everything has changed. Sanballat, Tobiah, Geshem have all encroached on our land. They have seized portions of our inheritance in Jerusalem because no one lived there. They taxed goods going out of the city. They threatened violence, infiltrated our peoples, command usury, and some have even sold their children into slavery to pay their taxes. We don't rule our own city. There's little peace in Jerusalem.
And the walls?
They have not been built. Enemies surround us, steal, threaten death itself. Every attempt at rebuilding has been thwarted. The walls look the same as they did ages ago.
And the gates?
They are burned with fire.
This is an outrage! Oh, brother, this breaks my heart to hear that I am here cupbearer to the King of the nations, and I can do nothing. This is disturbing. I can only sit down and cry when I consider Jerusalem, our heart's desire, with its walls torn down and the gates burned with fire. I will be mourning and fasting for our city, which has been subject to near slavery. I will pray that God raises us someone to rebuild this great wall of ours, that a new governor comes to eject those who don't belong and rebuild the wall, creating a border with our enemies. Keeps his covenant of love with those who love him and keep his commandments. Let your ear be attentive and your eyes open to hear the prayer your servant is praying before you day and night for your servants, the people of Israel. I confess the sins we Israelites, including myself and my father's family, have committed against you. We have acted very wickedly toward you. We have not obeyed the commands, decrees, and laws you gave your servant Moses. Remember the instruction you gave your servant Moses, saying, "If you are unfaithful, I will scatter you among the nations. But if you return to me and obey my commands, then even if your exiled people are at the farthest horizon, I will gather them from there and bring them to the place I have chosen as a dwelling for my name. They are your servants and your people, whom you redeemed by your great strength and your mighty hand. Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayer of this your servant and to the prayer of your servants who delight in revering your name. Give your servant success today by granting him favor in the presence of this man." Gersheb, please.
You know you cannot go into the king dressed in sackcloth and ashes. This is not acceptable. Nehemiah, don't do this.
I must. I am sorrowful for my city, which has been reduced to slavery. I must go.
Don't do this.
I must.
Nehemiah, are you wearing sackcloth?
I am, my lord.
Why does your face look so sad when you are not ill?
This could be nothing but sadness of heart.
May the king live forever. Why should my face not look sad when the city where my ancestors are buried lies in ruins, and its gates have been destroyed by fire?
You mourn for Jerusalem?
I do.
What is it that you want?
My king, give him his desire. Let him go back to his people.
What is your desire?
Oh, Father, please give me the words. Grant me your servant favor. If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in his sight, let him send me to the city in Judah, where my ancestors are buried, so that I can rebuild it.
What would be required to complete the walls?
If it pleases the king, may I have letters to the governors of Trans-Euphrates, so that they will provide me safe conduct until I arrive in Judah. And may I have a letter to Asaph, keeper of the royal park, so he will give me timber to make beams for the gates of the citadel, for the temple, and for the city wall, and for the residence I will occupy.
Nehemiah, you have never been sad in my presence. You have been pleasing in all things. If you choose to build the walls of your homeland and see it a pressing matter for your people, I support you. Your work here in Susa has been exemplary. I trust you above many men, and it is I who grant you favor now. Go! Go with the seal of the king, with the resources of the kingdom, and rebuild your walls.
Captain Gersheb, thank you for accompanying us on this journey. I pray you have enough reason to stay in Jerusalem for some time. We will need your protections.
Artaxerxes has appointed you governor over Judah. With the position, you have my protection. The only thing that could call me away would be conflict in Asia. There was talk of a Greek offensive. This would be the only reason for us to leave you in the next 6 months.
I'm very pleased with your protection.
Hanani here has provided me with an update on the rulers of Jerusalem and the local rulers who impose themselves over the inhabitants. I will have none of it on my watch.
The king was right to send you on this expedition. Be prepared. This is where Sanballat and his men charge taxes for goods to enter or leave the city.
They tax everything going in and out?
And if no one pays, they will take the goods by force.
What brings the honor of a troop of Persia's finest warriors?
Who speaks?
I am Sanballat, a ruler in this land.
And I am Tobiah, a trader and ruler from the eastern lands with territories reaching even into Jerusalem.
You have no territory in Jerusalem. The land in Jerusalem belongs to the Jews.
I have a right of purchase from your very own people of certain properties.
You may deal with your scrabbles. I am here to ensure peace, and please meet Nehemiah, your new governor.
May we find favor in your eyes, Nehemiah, governor of Judah.
My first act will be to buy back the lands you unlawfully purchased in Jerusalem. Excuse us. We must continue our journey into Jerusalem, our ancestry home.
Sanballat, you can assist me and my army. We will establish camp in a few places, the first being here. Taxing the flow of traffic into and out of Jerusalem is illegal. Goods and services are freely allowed in and out of Jerusalem.
I was unaware of any taxing occurring around Jerusalem.
Sanballat, we will continue to Jerusalem. Any future taxing will be treated as a crime against the authority of Persia.
This is disturbing news. I will notify our people. I don't believe this fares well for us at all.
And I will notify Geshem. His will be to summon his traders and his men to come.
Please do. This is bad for business. Jerusalem trade will fall off. Something must be done, and quickly.
Here in the middle of the night, I come to see the work that has to be done. But most of all, I came to hear your heart. I hear your voice like I always do. All I hear is these words. Start the work. Start the work. Trust in me. God, I do trust in you. Tomorrow we will start the work and we will put our faith in you. The threats are grave and the enemies are near. Death is around every corner, and we have a wall to lean upon. Only you. Tomorrow the work begins. Remember me. Many of you have been wondering why I have been sent here from Susa. Many of you wonder about the presence of the Persian commander here. I have been commissioned by Artaxerxes himself with an assignment for you in Jerusalem. You see the trouble we're in. Jerusalem lies in ruins, and its gates have been burned with fire. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace. Artaxerxes has granted us timber from his royal park, treasure from his coffers, and letters of commission from him. Today we secure our borders and rebuild the wall.
What is this you are doing?
Ha! Are you rebelling against the king?
Can I deal with them?
No, I will deal with them.
Ha! You're a fool. You can't rebuild these walls. The stones are beyond your capacity. The gates are burned with fire. Your men do not know how to build gates and bars. You have no cranes. Nothing can rebuild these walls but an enormous force of people.
This is tantamount to rebellion against the king. You fools! You lack everything you need to complete this task.
Silence! Who are you? We the people will build our wall. The God of heaven will give us success. We, his servants, will start rebuilding. But as for you, you have no share in Jerusalem, or any claim or historic right to it.
What? This is an outrage!
You are an outrage. Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, you have no part in any of this. This congregation is dismissed. Everyone will receive instructions from the Haniah. Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, you will receive no instructions, except from me, to never step foot again in Jerusalem.
Wisely done. I will keep watch over them and make sure they leave and never return.
Thank you.